Hey guys, Christy here. Um, Welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit since I've been on. Been busy, bunch of stuff going on, but I have a giant book haul, and it's books that I've gotten over probably like the last 3 months, and yeah, there's a lot. I just got my big book outlet box, and then I thought, okay, I really need to film this so I can put them all up. Anyway, I'm going to start with, I want to say like a month and a half ago, there was a Barnes & Noble, like a giant 50% off sale. And so I ordered several things off of there, and wow, did I get a good deal. Anyway, so I'm going to start with that. And the first one, and I think that I got this at Barnes & Noble during that sale, um, and that is Sight Witch by Susan Dennard. Now, when I ordered this, I had just started buddy reading Truth Witch um, with Mika Chi and a couple of other friends, and I was kind of iffy on this book, but I have the other ones, so I'm gonna read them, and I really liked the ending, so I'm hoping that that means that I'll like this one too. This one's really short, so anyway, I got that one. I forgot where to put these. And then the next one I got is Similars by Rebecca Hanover. And this one is like a science fiction-y, it actually sounds really, I think my daughter would actually like this one, because it's kind of like there's this academy with these kids, and alongside of them there are these, they call them Similars. They're basically kids who are not real, but are like genetic copies. And some of them are going to school with their genetic copies. And then there's one that is a genetic copy of a boy who just passed away. And this girl was really struggling with his death, and it was her best friend. And then she meets this, you know, similar, and it starts going, like, becoming friends with the similars. Anyway, it sounds really good, and I can't wait to read this. I don't read enough science fiction stuff, but it kind of has to be, I don't know, in a certain vein. YA science fiction is a lot easier for me to tackle than adult sci-fi. Then the next one is another like sci-fi, and it is The Disasters by M.K. England. And this one is about, they're in space, and I think it's another like school situation, but yeah, this kid is kicked out of his elite station academy in less than 24 hours. And then on his way back, there's a terrorist attack on the academy, and him and 3 other, it says, washouts that had escaped barely are now like the ones that are supposed to, well, they've got to figure out a way to fix it because they've actually been framed for it. So that sounds fun. Then I got, oh, both of these. Let's see. I hate when I do this. I got Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend, and I got Wondersmith, which is book 2. Now I've started reading, these are middle grade books, and I started reading Nevermore like months and months and months ago, and I really enjoyed it. I tried getting my daughter to read it, and she had it, and it was a library book, and she just never read it. So we ended up having to take it back, and when I saw this for 50% off, I think I got this for like $4, maybe even cheaper, and this one for like $5 or $6. They were so cheap. Anyway, I'm excited to read those. Another one I got, The Forgotten Book. Now, I am not going to be able to pronounce her name. I would butcher it, and I don't want to do that. Metch, Mechfield Glazer. Yeah, I don't know. But it says the author of the book Jumper. So I don't know which one comes first. I think the Forgotten Book comes first, but it's another boarding school book. I guess I like boarding school situations in books. Um, she finds this old book in a library, and anything she writes in the book comes true. So that sounds like a fun adventure. I think this might also be middle grade. Then this one, okay, so this is one of those James Patterson Presents, and when I was at Barnes & Noble, I had picked it up, and I almost got it, and I didn't, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because then I got it 50% off, and it is Gunslinger Girl by Lindsay Ely? It says it's an Indie Next Pick, an Amazon Best Book of the Month, and a Barnes & Noble Best Book of the Month. It says, meet Serendipity Jones, the fastest sharpshooter in tomorrow's West. I mean, like, I haven't read a Western-ish book ever, maybe? And this is like a girl. It's a kick-ass girl, so I'm excited. I've heard good things about this one. I haven't heard a whole lot, but what I have heard has been good. Positive. Then, okay, I got these in preparation for the third book that's coming out, or that may have just come out. I need to check that. But it's the Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. And I've heard such good things about these. These also I had gotten from the library, and they're also the James Patterson Presents. And listen, any of those, I'll read them. Stalking Jack the Ripper sounds a lot like something I would really enjoy. I don't know about Hunting Prince Dracula, honestly. Only because I just read the Dracula, the classic, and I hated it. So maybe this one will be better. But the real Dracula, he's a bore. Anyway, I'm excited for these. I don't even know what the last. Oh, Escaping from Houdini. You know what? I think that is out. I'll have to get that. But now I'll have to wait for it to be out in paperback, because they're both paperback. And man, see, I've already done that already. I've got all these books that are like some paperback, some hardback, and it drives me a little nuts. Anyway, got those half off. Then this one I've been looking at too, and I can't even remember what this one's about. The Light Between Worlds by Laura E. Weymouth. I cannot even remember what it's about. And sometimes I like to go in books like that. But I've heard such good things about this book. So when I saw it and it was like $4, $5 maybe, since it's hardback, I got it. And the last book that I got, and I was so excited about because it's brand new, is Courting Darkness by Robin Lefevers. And I have not read any of her books, so I actually reached out to her and asked her, hey, do I need to read the first ones in order to read this one? And she told me not necessarily, I didn't have to, but that there would be things in there that I wouldn't catch on to if I hadn't read her first series. And Lord, I can't remember what the first series is called. Oh yeah, that's right. Grave Mercy, Dark Triumph, and Mortal Heart. Which, actually, fun fact, I think 2 months ago, we did a buddy read. I'm one of Murphy Napier's Patreons, and with her Patreon group on Discord, a lot of times we do a lot of buddy reads. And not necessarily with Murphy all the time, but a lot of us will get together and do Buddy Reads together on there, and this was when we did Grave Mercy, and then we actually just did this month Dark Triumph, the second book. I do not have Mortal Heart, but I think I'll probably go ahead and buy it and do it, even though my feelings are a little mixed on the series. I do have high hopes for this one, though. So, we'll see. I think that is all of the books. Oh, wait. No, I forgot. I did get Tuck Everlasting. Look! I got it for like $3. Isn't that cute? It's 139 pages. It's so cute. I don't know if I've ever read Tuck Everlasting. I bought it for my kids, but I'll probably read it and then force them to read it, you know, like moms do. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. Some of the books that I've gotten in book boxes, one of them I got recently was Sherwood, which I'm excited for. You know, I haven't really heard many people that have read it yet, but I know that it's gotten a lot of hype. And her other book, Hunted, I read part of that before I had to get the book back to the library, and I really did enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to this one. You know, I've heard good things about it, the little I've heard. Then, oh yeah, I think you guys have seen, I don't know if you guys have seen, so I had ordered Wicked Saints. Pre-ordered it. And then I ended up getting 2 more copies. One in, I don't remember. One in one of my book box subscriptions. Oh yeah, uppercase. This was my uppercase. And then this one, which I think is, I mean, like, I love this cover. I think it's fantastic. It's one of those things I kind of just did a cover by, honestly. It says, "A Girl, a Prince, and a Monster." I don't need to know more with that cover. But then my my other book subscription, that's my Owl Crate. Holy cow, look at this. Isn't that so, like, dark, and it makes me wonder, like, is this gonna be dark? It says it's a gothic, dark and bloody, monstrously romantic, seductively dark and enchanting. Heck yes. So those were both book boxes. Also, hang on. Oh yeah, it's right on top, Christine. 4 Dead Queens. Don't know a thing about it. It was in one of my book boxes. Must be about 4 Dead Queens, or 4 Queens. That might be all as far as my book boxes go. So here's just books I ordered, probably from Amazon. This one I'm super excited. I cannot wait to get to this one, and it's Once and Future. It's a James Patterson Presents by Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy. Now, I've heard of Amy Rose Capetta, but not Corey McCarthy. So, and it says, "A new King Arthur has risen, and she's got a universe to save." So, I love that right here it says, "This time Excalibur chooses her." I love that. Now, this one I have heard good things about. So, I'm excited to get to that one. And then, let's see. Oh, yeah. So I ordered these recently. I don't even remember ordering these, to be honest with you. But the paperback of The Poppy War, which I got about 1/3 of the way through with a library book before I had to take it back. and then I think it was like on hold for a long time. So the part that I did get through, I think it must have been just part 1, I really enjoyed. So I'm excited to finish this because I think I've actually pre-ordered the next book, his second book, her second book, and see that I'm gonna have another one where it's paperback and hardback. I need to quit doing that, but we'll see. I'll try and read this before that one comes out, and then we'll see if I can wait for the next paperback. Sometimes I can get them the paperback in from the UK, so that helps. Okay, and the second paperback book I got was Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I think this is it's another academy book. I'm telling you, I like something about a school setting. But this is like a mystery. And I don't read enough mysteries. So I'm excited about this one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I ordered Keeper Velocity's Exile. 2 months ago, I read the first book, which is just Keeper Velocities, and loved it so much. This is a middle grade series, and there's a lot of the books in this series. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are right here on the back. I don't know if there's more than that. I think there might be. So this is book 2, and I plan on getting to it very soon. Oh, this one I've had for a little while, just sitting there because I haven't hauled it, and that's King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. Now, I read all 3, like the Shadow and Bone. I read those, but it's been such a long time ago, and I'm actually making my son read the Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom right now. He just started Six of Crows. We made a deal. If he reads Six of Crows, I'll read one of his Warrior Cat books. Anyway, I'm kind of thinking I want to reread that series before I get into this one, which is, I think, I don't know. I don't remember. Holy cow, my brain. Oh well. I'm looking forward to it because I loved that series, but and I love Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom even more. So and then I ordered this Sky Without Stars. I'm currently reading it. I'm buddy reading it with a group of people. And I created the buddy read, and I've gotten way behind this month. Like, way behind. It's not good. It's not good, Christy. I ordered Seven Blades in Black by Sam Sykes. This is a group book club read with Mikachi and Kaivox, and I haven't even started it, but because it's a big one. And luckily, we are moving it back to June, so I am going to wait until probably 1st of June to start on it. Then, oh, I ordered this one. I actually pre-ordered this one and started reading Priory of the Orange Tree at the same time I was reading this one, and I kind of was getting them confused, and so then I decided, okay, since Priory of the Orange Tree was like a book club read, I really needed to focus on it. It's, 800-page book, and this one is, let's see, there's 700 page, look right over 700 pages, and that's Peace and Turmoil by Elliot Brooks. And Elliot Brooks is a booktuber, and I haven't gotten very far, 56 pages, but I was loving it. So I really can't wait to get to this. I just have too many buddy reads going on this week, or this month. But soon I'm going to just devote some time for it. Oh, another This was my last Beacon book box that we just got, and it's called We Rule the Night by Claire Eliza Bartlett. And actually, she was just on their Instagram Live and was talking about like where she lives and like what, like why she was, like what she was basing it on, and I understood none of it. But it's her first book, and it's her debut book, and it does sound interesting. So that was in my pile down there of my book box books. Okay, then, oh, this one, these do. Okay, so I do a lot of buddy reads with Mikachi and Kai Vox, and I adore them. They seem to enjoy the same kind of books that I do and think a lot of the way that I do about books, and I really enjoy that. And so when I kind of started doing the book club, like buddy reads with them, they were reading the book 2 in this series, and I just never could catch up. So I did buy this book, and I do want to read it, but it's again a really big book. It's 600 pages, and it's Sufficiently Advanced Magic by Andrew Rowe. They love everything Andrew Rowe over there. So I'm guessing it's really good, and I just need to devote some time to it because it's also a really big book. And then I also ordered City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I might be butchering that, and if so, I am really sorry. This one is on my to read very soon pile. Let's see. Then I have gotten my book of the month books. Let me grab them. Usually I only get 1 or 2. And I hadn't gotten any in a few months and ended up getting quite a bit. So let's see. The first one I got was The Flight Portfolio by Julie Oranger. And this is a historical fiction, and it's about, I believe, a group of women. I don't know if it's women for sure. It might not be. But these people in America who were trying to save the lives of artists and writers and like the art and stuff that they were fleeing the Nazis after the invasion in France. So they were trying to help the French artists and writers and the art and stuff over there to get them all to America. And they forged documents and did all kinds of stuff to do it. And I mostly got this book for my father. He is 86 years old, and he likes his history, and he's a big history buff. And I've been trying to find some good books for him to read, and as long as they are based in reality, he would enjoy them, but pure fiction he would not. So I'm hoping he'll enjoy that. The next book I got was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've only ever read The 7 Lives of Evelyn Hugo, but I loved it so much. So, and this book I have heard fantastic things about. Everybody all over BookTube, all over social media is raving about this book. Like, just, they can say nothing bad about it. So, contemporaries are not typically I don't really care for them much. But I did read Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I loved her, and so I'm going to give this one a shot. The next one I got was The Bride Test by Helen Huang. I have the first one. Yeah, The Kiss Quotient. I have The Kiss Quotient by her, and I have not read it. I do want to read both of these because Helen Huang is a writer who has autism, and I have a child with autism, high functioning autism, and it's not enough that we hear or we have books that have high functioning autistic people in them. Most of the time it is very low functioning autism, if any. Then the last book I got, I have a feeling I'm missing one. I got another one somewhere. Could be wrong. But it's We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. And then funny enough, I actually had pre-ordered it. So now I have two. I think that I might actually send this one to my buddy Kristen for her birthday. Because what am I going to do with two of them, honestly? I pre-ordered. These next books are just ones I pre-ordered or ordered on Amazon. And this one is my daughter's. It's the Red Queen collection called Broken Throne by Victoria Aveyard. She has this whole series. So this I ordered for her. This one I'm very excited about. Dragon Pearl by Yoon Ha Lee. I can't wait to read this one. I love, it's a Rick Riordan presents. This might be middle grade, actually. Yeah, 13-year-old men. And this one is actually a Korean author, and it is Korean, like, myths and folklore, and it's about fox spirits, and she has her own fox spirit, but it's set in space because Yoo Han Lee says everything is better set in space. I think she said except for the food. No, except for ice cream, I think is what she said. So this one sounds really good, and I can't wait to get to it. The next one is also the same. This one, I pre-ordered this one, and I have heard from all over social media, Bookstagram, BookTube, everybody is just saying this one's amazing, and it's The Devouring Gray by Christine Lynn Herman. It's like a dark, creepy one. I like the dark books. I don't want to know anything else, though. That one's one I kind of don't want to know much about. This one I've been wanting for a little bit, and it's Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. Again, another one that is mostly a cover buy. I do this a lot. But that I've heard a lot of good things about. So it's another one of those that people are raving about. I love the cover, but I don't want to know any more about it. That's kind of several of these, the last few that I got, kind of are the same thing. And this one is the next one, and it's Stain by A.G. Howard. Look at this cover. Like, this might be my favorite cover. And I don't typically care for, like, faces on my books, but this one is just so pretty. She's got that crown, and look at her eyelashes. Like, can I have those eyelashes, please? This one makes me, just based on, like, cover, makes me kind of think it's like a little bit, it says a witch saves her life, but it makes me think it's a little bit fairy-ish, but I could be completely wrong, and again, I'm okay with that. The next one I have seen a lot of people hoop and holler about, and this one might be adult fiction, and it's The Savor's Champion by Jenna Morisi. Excuse me. It says, today you'll face an option, either be good and die, or be dark and live. You're a good man, but you will choose the darkness. Tobias Kaya doesn't care about the Savior. He doesn't care that she's the ruler of the realm or that she purified the land. and he certainly doesn't care that she's of age to be married. But when competing for her hand proves to be his last chance to save his family, he's forced to make the savior his priority. Now Tobias is thrown into the Sovereign's tournament with 19 other men, and each of them is fighting and killing for the chance to rule at the savior's side. Instantly, his world is plagued with violence, treachery, and manipulation, revealing the hidden ugliness of his proud realm. And when his circumstances seem especially dire, he stumbles into an unexpected romance, one that opens him up to unimaginable dangers and darkness. Yes, please. That one I need to, get that on the top of my list. Okay. The next two just look freaking cool. And that's A Winter's Promise and The Missing of Claire de Lune by Christelle Dabos. It's the Mirror Visitor series. And this one's like a floating city. Like, come on. That's cool. Okay, here you go. That's cool. I want to know how that works. This one doesn't look floating, so something's happened because there's a drain. Again, I don't need to know anything else because the covers. Okay, the last two that I ordered from Amazon, and this one was a pre-order, Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and some people who've read it have been disappointed, and I don't want to hear that. No, because I love these two people together. They wrote the Illuminate Files, which one of my all-time favorites. I've actually not listened to the third book in the Illuminate Files. We need to get on that because the first two we loved. It was almost, I kept saying it was like listening to a movie. Anyway, I'm hoping it's good. It is young adult, where I think Illuminate Files might be older and this might be a little bit younger. Like the younger side of young adult and the other is older side of young adult, maybe. I don't know. And the last one, I actually just got this, and I guess I pre-ordered it but don't remember it. But it's The Candle in the Flame by Nafisa Azad. And it says, "You are a child of flesh and blood, and I am of being fire and bone. Were I merciful, I would bid you run and end this tale here, but I am Ifrit, and my stories are eternal, even though I am not. In return for the kindness I have shown you, you will become the ink that writes, will you become the ink that writes my tale?" And then it says, "There never was a choice." This is a girl with the fire of the genie, a city scarred by violence. Oh, this kind of reminds me of, what's that series? Lord, I can't remember. One that I just read. If there's genies in it. Yeah, that's why I ordered that. So, I'll have to get on that one soon too. Okay, so now down to my book outlet order. And I haven't ordered anything from them for quite a while. I had like a coupon, and so I had so much off and stuff was on sale, so I kind of went a little wild. The first thing that I got, and I wish, like, I had put several of them in my cart, but then by the time it was time to check out, then I was out. But it's the Book 4 in the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, The Shadow Rising. I've only read book 1. I have book 2, and maybe I haven't started it. I want to start it very soon because I loved it, but these books are like close to 1,000 pages long. They're big, big books. So this is book 4. I'll have to find book 3 somewhere before I could read that one, but I still need to read book 2. Okay, these I have heard such good things about. I think actually Murphy Napier just read these or was talking about these, and I saw them and thought, I need to get these. Also, Chelsea Palmer has read these and loved them, I think. And that is The Great Hunt and the Great Pursuit by Wendy Higgins. I'm excited about those. Now this book is book 2 in the series. I've not actually heard of it. It was kind of a cover bite, and I can't remember. I think I was reading the synopsis of it on there, and it just sounded good. This one's called With Blood Upon the Sand. It's book 2 of the Song of the Shattered Sands. Now, if you guys have ever, by Bradley P. Bolio, I can't pronounce that. If you guys have read this or know this author, please let me know. I did also get this Of Sand and Malice Made a Shattered Sands prequel. And this one's actually the one that made me think, ooh, that looks good. So I don't know if I should go ahead and read the prequel and then look for book 1. So if you guys have, anybody has read this, please let me know. I got these 2, and once again, I did one. I didn't realize I had 1 hardback and 1 paperback, but it's Half Wild and Half Lost by Sally Green. It's a Half Bad trilogy, so I'm just missing Half Bad. That's alright. I'll get it eventually, but at least I have these for when I do get it. And, oh, I got Nemesis by Brendan Reichs. I had started Nemesis, again, another library situation, and I was enjoying it. I had to take the book back. If maybe I just didn't get so many books at once, I could have, like, focused on those books and, you know, not had to take them back before I was done reading them. I got this one, Honor Among Thieves by Rachel Kane and Anne Aguirre. Another sci-fi, like, space thing that I think that I'll really enjoy. I've heard great things about that. This one is The Tiger's Daughter by Kay Arsenault Rivera. I think this one is a adult fantasy, which I'm, you know, trying to get more and more into the adult fantasy books. I'm trying. Oh, I forgot. I got Keepers of the Lost City Everblaze. This is book 3 of Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. And this is that middle grade series that I had ordered book 2, and here I've got book 3 now. Yay. Let's see what else. Oh, yes. Bigfoot and Fin Fancy Free by Randy Henderson. So I saw this and I thought, oh my gosh, like 2 years ago, I think I got like one of my first book boxes, and it had Fin Fancy Necromancy in it by Randy Henderson, and I never read it. And then I saw this and I thought, you know what? I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to read them. Both of them. Because they look just fun. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Look what I got, Kristen. Hero of the Fallen by Alwyn Hamilton. We have been reading the series, and Rebel of the Sands. That's the one that this Candle of the Flame kind of reminds me of. Is the Rebel of the Sands series. But we have been loving it. I mean, loving it. So this is the 3rd book in the trilogy, and I cannot wait to get to that. We're going to read it, I think, next month. The Speaker, book 2 of Sea of Ink and Gold. So I do have book 1. Again, The Reader. Again, paperback, hardback. I do that. Oh well. I've had this one in my cart forever and then keep like putting it out. But I've heard good things about it, and I think the 2nd book is now out. I think the 2nd book actually came out maybe in the fall, and that's Before She Ignites by Jody Meadows. The Fallen Isles trilogy. And then, oh yeah, some people in my buddy read group with Murphy have been reading The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, and I saw that and was like, oh, I have to order that. I had both of them in my cart, and then before I checked out, the second one got swept up by somebody else. That's okay. And then another person, I think maybe it's Kristen or T, just read this Heart of Iron. I don't remember what they said about it. But this is A Girl Without a Past, a Boy Without a Future by Ashley Poston. I've heard good things about Ashley Poston. It says outcast, rogue, orphan, rebel. Listen. It's worth a try. Okay, and then the last two books I'm super excited about, and I actually, it's book 2 and 3, so I still have to find book 1. But it's the Charlotte Holmes series, and it's The Last of August and The Case for Jamie by Brittany Cavallaro. And it's got Watson and Holmes and even Moriarty. I'm super excited. It's like Charlotte Holmes, August Moriarty, Jamie. Yeah, Charlotte Holmes and Jamie Watson. So I'm excited about this. I just have to find the first book, but I really think that my son will love this series. He loves everything Sherlock Holmes. So that's the main reason I got those, but they sounded really good. And oh my god, I'm sorry that you guys have been watching this for 40 some minutes. It's a lot of books. I know. I promise I'll do better with book hauls. I promise. Anyway, that's it. It's been, the last 3-4 months or so of everything I've gotten. This month I just happened to get quite a big order of stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. I want to know what you think of any of these books that I got. And, of course, as always, if there's anything you want to buddy read with me, just tell me, because you guys know I love buddy reads. Like, full disclosure, sometimes I can get behind on buddy reads, sometimes not. I'm human. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!